This is Jackson,
and Dylan Evan.
coming to you live from the Tony Glavin Complex, home of the USL PDL St. Louis Lions. I have here with you head coach Tony Glavin. How are you doing this evening, Tony?
I'm doing well, thank you, Jackson. How about you?
Good.
All right.
This week we have 3 games away. Des Moines, Thunder Bay, and Winnipeg. How will this affect the play of the Lions?
Well, there are 3 very good teams. They're very competitive teams, and when you have to visit these places, it's tough for the players, especially traveling on the road. When we travel by either vans or bus, it's long trips. And like I said, Des Moines is a very competitive team. They are actually leading the league, the division right now, and Thunder Bay are also in second place. So Winnipeg, although they're not in first and second, are also a very strong team. So all 3 games will be very difficult games. We've played away from home already this season in Thunder Bay, and we've won that game. And we played in Winnipeg and won that game also. But whenever you go back to play these teams again, it becomes even more difficult. But the fact is that at least we know that we can beat them on the road, so we have to be confident of going to play against them next time. So they'll all be tough games.
How do you think has been the most entertaining player in the World Cup?
Whoa, that's a very tough question. The reason I say that is because there's been so many of them. There's been so many great players. Probably, I'd like to mention about one of the players that plays for the U.S. who has definitely surprised me and I think has done very well. And that player's Jermaine Jones, who has played very well in all 3 games. Scored a goal in the second game against Portugal. Has done fantastic. But I think if we look at a number of the other countries, there's almost one player of each in each of the teams that you could highlight. So there's probably so many to probably comment on. I think obviously that the most obvious players are Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, who played against the US and maybe didn't play to his top game, which was good for the US. But there's many other players that I've enjoyed watching. Some of the Colombian players, some of the players from Costa Rica. So there's been so many good players, and it's been fun to watch.
Can you tell us the story of how you became a professional player?
That's a good question. From the time that I was very young, I had 3 older brothers who played soccer, and I was hanging around them kicking a ball all the time, and I just loved to play. And one of the things I wanted to continue to do was to keep playing. So one of my goals was to be a professional player so that I could keep doing something that I really had fun doing. And I'm very fortunate and blessed that I was able to do that.
If you weren't involved with soccer, what would you be doing for a living?
That's another good question. Probably the 2 things I wanted to do was to be a soccer player or to be a policeman.
Do you have any other sports that you played?
I really didn't play any other sport. In Scotland, soccer was probably just about the only sport that was played when I was younger, and plus the fact I liked it so much that I didn't even think there was any other sports that were being played. So I didn't even try to play any other sport.
Thank you for your time this evening, Tony. While the Lions are on the road, be sure to keep up to date by visiting www.stllions.com.
All right, good job, boys.